Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Today's question comes from Andrew in Texas. He says, I'm a 27-year-old Army vet in graduate school, and I receive compensation due to disabilities that happened in the service. My parents are divorced, and both have provided for me and my brother in the past. My dad recently asked me to help pay $1,800 for watch repairs. Wanting to both please my dad and out of fear of emotional backlash, I did so. But I complained to my mom about it because I needed to vent. Mom texted Dad about my complaint, and he guilt-tripped me by saying, how many cars have I provided for you? And said he's, quote, tired of the one-way street of giving. Do I owe my dad anything? If not, how do I go about saying no to financial assistance requests? Oh, boy.
I wish Papa was on the line right now.
There's a great quote about this. I can't think of it, Jade. It's like, uncommunicated expectations equals future resentment or something like that.
Listen, that's a great quote. Let's go with that.
I just feel like this dad in this giving, well, I gave you all these cars when you were younger. I wish my dad told me, hey, son, I'm going to give you these cars, but one day you're going to owe me some money. And when I ask for any money, you just have to give it to me. That's part of the deal. And I'd say, then I don't want these cars, Dad. This is a very awkward situation from Dad. I don't think it's fair to the son. You don't owe anything to your dad.
No. If he chose to buy you cars over the course of your, from the time you were 16 until 27.
It's a decision he made as a grown adult.
Yeah. And by the way, just as a parent, the one-way street of giving, when we have kids, we are we're their steward. Like we get to be in their lives and steward them and teach them how to be adults and raise them up to go into the world. It's not about us getting something back at the end of it in return. If you go into it like that, listen, you're setting yourself up for some dysfunction, which is what's taking place right here.
Can I just offer a hot take? I don't think parents should ever ask their kids for money.
I don't either.
Is that like very controversial?
Listen, no, it's not, George. The only time I'm thinking... Listen, I'm trying to think of every possible situation.
My parents have never asked me for money.
No.
I can try to think back. I don't think it's ever happened.
If I was in a situation where this was not my situation, but if I grew up maybe where there was a single dad or a single mom raising, if I was 16, if we were maybe in a part of the country where it's just been really tough, there's not a lot of jobs, or maybe we're trying to break a cycle, like we're in the midst of trying to break a cycle, I could see it's like, hey,
help support this family.
If you wanted to help support the family and help break everybody out, I'm not mad at the idea of it kind of being a family effort in certain situations, but give me $1,800 to fix my watch. Or it's more like, listen, I'm 16, I got a job at McDonald's, I'm trying to help my single mom make rent, and Junior decides to give some of that money. Listen, I'm not mad at that, but $1,800 to fix my watch?
So I'm trying to think, if I'm Andrew, I got to approach my dad. I'd probably say something like, listen, Dad, I'm so grateful for everything you did for my brother and I, to raise us, to give us a great home, to provide for us in this way, and for all of the past support. But here's the deal. I'm limited now. I'm trying to approach my own financial goals and prioritize my financial well-being. And as much as I want to give, I can't do it financially. And I have to set this boundary and prioritize my needs right now.
And zero apologies given.
And you don't need to say, I'm so sorry, I'm a terrible son. Don't let him guilt trip you.
No.
If the relationship isn't worth that, and truly there's not much of a relationship if it's based on this financial transaction. If this is the make or break for him talking to you and being involved in your life, I'm sorry. But you had a dad, and now he's become someone different.
Yeah, and clearly this has happened before because he already has the quote, fear of emotional backlash. Like he already kind of knows what this is going to look like.
So you can offer him other ways of support of, hey, Dad, I'd love to sit down with you and look at your budget. If he's willing to do that and you want to sit with him and walk him through some numbers and show him how to afford things and maybe gift him a book that'll help him, that's great. But you're not going to sit here because you know what happens? He gives him $1,800. He's going to be getting hit up next week.
No, yeah, that's right. That is so true. Yeah, I think
that's why I never give to the Alumni Foundation, Jade. All of a sudden, they're hitting you up. They marked me on the list going, this guy's got money.
That's so true. That's hilarious, George. Yeah, this this situation, this just makes me mad, man. I'm going to cross it out.
Not okay, parents. Don't do this to your kids.
Yeah. Andrew has nothing to feel bad about.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.